Hi, this is Phil the Balrog, and today we're gonna talk how to improve your tactic board play. Okay, why the tactic board is so important? Simply because it's the core element of the game, and often it's where you can create an advantage for you in the game. Normally, when you play a game, 90% of the time it's 3 NCU against 3 NCU. You won't see any Water Garden or House of the Undying. And in this episode, I'll talk about the trick without a scenario where you don't have these elements. Meaning, don't take my advice if you play with a game there one of the player have 2 NCU or if you see Water Garden on House of the Undying on the board. Now, often that's the typical setup that you're gonna see. The Lannister player is the first player of the round. You rush, take a good zone on the tactic board. The Greyjoy player do the same. Gonna take the second most important zone of the tactic board before he get taken by the Lannister. After that, the Lannister for the third activation want to go on the board again. Why? Because he know that if he go on the board right now, the Greyjoy will have one of his NCU not able to take a zone and maybe even not able to trigger its ability. Now, player can activate unit on the board. Why? Because the tactic board normally slow down. The Greyjoy player want to left zone empty on the board because he have card like We Do Not So or Assault Order that he want to play. Card that need an empty zone that when you play your NCU, you're gonna replace the zone. Actually, what the Greyjoy player need to do is to pass with an NCU. Why? Because if he go on the board right now, the Lannister player will play his last NCU and he will lose an activation because you cannot pass with an NCU if you have no zone available on the tactic board. That's the reason why he need to pass. Because if he take a zone, he's gonna screw his last activation. And when you lose activation, you lose the opportunity to do the most common combo of the game. What is this combo? Is the fact that you can finish the round making an aggressive move, and after that start the round being your turn again. We're just gonna show quickly what this is like. You see the Greyjoy player here have Victarion not activated. Why? Because both sides have the same amount of activation and the Greyjoy player was the second player this round. They're gonna be first players next round. Now he do a big not maneuver but march and he go threat the X-bow. He know that at the start of the next round he gonna be able to charge and he gonna do with assault order because he was lucky and have it in his hand. Meaning the Greyjoy player just start the turn, play assault order, and charge the X-bow in the flank. Victarion will not be activated. The X-bow will be almost dead. And if the Victarion player is very lucky and kill the X-bow, you're gonna be able to overrun. And that's why you want to not lose an activation. If the Greyjoy player will have misplayed the tactic board and lose an activation, Victarion will not have been the last one to play, meaning the Lannister player will have the last activation and could react if the Greyjoy player make an aggressive move like this. That's the reason why the tactic board is so important and why you need to master the art of passing with a NCU when you are not the first player. But for sure, you have exception to that rule. If you really need to charge at the start of the round, you won't take your NCU to take a zone if you see that you need to kill an enemy unit and you don't have like assault holder card in your hand. Or you can attack, but you see that if you take the sword with the NCU, the guy's gonna Varys token and make some hit to one of your unit that probably gonna die with it. Meaning that this rule to when you begin first player take a zone apply in 95% of the time, but not always, because sometimes you're gonna have event or circumstance that won't allow you to play it like this. But if you don't have those kind of restriction, you should play the board like this. That's all for this episode. I wish you enjoy it and we'll see you in the next one.